Okay, good morning, and we are live. We are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, and of course we are recording this for Vimeo as well, so we know how the schools love their Vimeos. Okay, so hopefully you caught last class, which was yesterday, same time yesterday. And essentially what we did was we did the brain warm-up. I gave you a brain booster, and then we learned some foundation steps. So what we're going to do is we're going to build on this today, and I'm going to teach you the Let the Energy Flow warm-up. So this is the first warm-up that features as part of the membership program for Brain Grooves for schools. So you can access this, and we also did this in our adult class as well. So we have adult Brain Grooves classes running on Mondays from Zoom, so you can join from absolutely anywhere. And if 12:30 doesn't suit, because I know a lot of you are teaching, if you're watching this, you are teachers, then you can also access the replays. And keep an eye out for the summer, because I'm going to be adding in some extra classes as well. Okay, so let's see if anybody remembers what we start off the class with. Always at the start of every class, we need to do one thing. We need to drink water. So I'm coming over to get my water to remind ourselves that, remember, if we even drop in 1% of our hydration levels, it can cause fatigue or tiredness, or just that general, I can't really remember anything, can't get motivated. So if you keep on top of your water supply, it can add just one little thing that you don't have to worry about in the day. So let's go. And again, I'm going to keep that nearby, because you'll see I'll dip into that a lot. Okay, so we did our balance challenge yesterday, so I want to kind of work on that again, because it's a great way to get us grounded. And teachers, you can use this anytime in the class as well, as a little movement break or transitioning in between subjects. It gives the students a stretch, it helps us connect to our breathing, get some fresh oxygen, some fresh blood moving around, and it's a really, really efficient way of getting your brain ready for the next activity or task changing. So what we're going to do is, again, we're going to stand on 2 feet, and we're just going to settle ourselves here. Then we're going to breathe in through the nose. Now you can adjust this depending on how long your breath is, but I want you to go as slow as possible, staying on one leg. And again, breathe in, all the way up, fill up all the oxygen that you can, fill up like a big balloon, and then coordinate arms and legs coming down together. So the slower you can get your breath, the calmer you will be. This is great for kids with lots of energy and they need to put it somewhere. If we get the energy calmed down, then it can be focused or redirected into the subjects and the tasks we need it to be. And breathe in again. Just a little bit of grounding, and breathe out. And rest. So once our brains and bodies are ready for the new learning, then we can go into the task. Okay, so we're going to do Let the Energy Flow. We will do the brainy warm-up again with music, but this is just a nice, really efficient movement break you can use at any time in the class, just to kind of clear up any kind of blocked energy and get the kids in more of a relaxed and motivated mood. So these are like what you would do in your yoga class, but just adapted them for part of this program as well. So all you're going to do is put your foot on the tip of the toe, and you're just going to roll around your ankle. Now be careful if for some reason you're doing this in your socks, and you just want to make sure you protect your toes. And all you do is you're just rotating to get all the energy that might be blocked in your ankles. Change direction, so make sure you go both ways. Quite often, if we are tense learners, it can be very difficult for us to learn anything. Change feet. So what we want to make sure is that we're as relaxed as possible. So what we always say is a relaxed body is a relaxed brain, and which brain will be better for learning? Is it going to be a tense brain? This is actually me. When I go and do any learning, I'm so keen on getting all of the information, I become a very tense learner. So it's important for me to do all these little exercises before I go into a learning situation, to make sure that I can absorb as much of the information as possible. Okay, then you're going to link your fingers together. So what you're doing here is you're just taking your fingers together like this and just rolling them round and round. This is slow-mo, and then you can go as fast as you want. And the interesting thing I love about this is that when you go the opposite way than your dominant way, it absolutely kind of jolts the brain into paying attention, because you're doing something that you would normally do. It's like when if this is your normal cross, and then you cross in a different pattern. So if this is your normal cross and then you change the other way, it immediately feels new, and the brain loves novelty. So we might even try that now. The brain loves novelty. That's why repetition is a little bit boring for the brain, but unfortunately the repetition is where the learning patterns are really forged. So it's kind of finding new ways of making that interesting. Okay, from there, what we're going to do is we're going to roll our shoulders round and round, almost as if we're pinching our shoulder blades at the back. You can lift your elbows if you want to and really lift your chest. And then going forward, so now you're round, there goes my microphone, and then you're rolling your shoulders forward. So you continue on. I'm going to clip myself back up. Oh, I can't get it clipped back in again. Okay, awesome. Hopefully that didn't interfere your sound too much. And roll it round and round. And there. Okay, now do big circles. Now, if you're in your classroom, what you can do is you can move to your elbows for this. But if you do have enough space in your classroom, take nice slow stretches. I'll try not to hit my microphone off again, because it won't do very well for sound. And then change the other side, big circles, all the way around. And finish there. Okay, so we'll do our neck rolls now. So breathe in through your nose, look down at your toes, but you're just going to do a little half roll. So we're just doing a little semicircle side to side, rolling side to side, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. This is super for audio processing as well. So not just improving your listening, but your comprehension, your understanding of what is being said. And for teachers, this is a super one to do for voice resonance. So if you want to really speak clearly, this is a really, really great exercise so you can be heard, which I know is always a challenge for teachers. And lift up. Okay, super duper. Now we're going to do those wraps. Now we do these in our warm up anyway, so we're just going to do hugs and wraps. But this time, keep your hips quite still. Don't be too worried about getting all the way around. One arm high and one arm low as you twist around. And then from there, we're going to do the hula hoop. So go round and round. I know the students love to do this one. Sometimes it feels a little bit silly, but silly is fun. So let's get out of our comfort zones. Okay, round the other way, nice and loose. And sure, if you're feeling silly, you're laughing. And if you're laughing, you're feeling happy. So I think mission complete. All right, okay, next one's a bit of a tricky one. Be careful here, hands on your legs, and you're just going to go rolling round and round. But just be careful this, especially if you have weaker knees or if you've had a knee injury. So just be careful with this one. And then change direction. All the way round. And finish down to come up. And then we're going to do a spine roll. This is such a super, even just doing this by itself is a super reset. So chin to chest, drop the shoulders forward, start to bend the knees, and roll down. So it's like as if you've got weights in your hands, and then you pull in your tummy muscles and start to roll all the way back up again. And lifting your shoulders up, back and down once, and twice. And relax. Okay, a super efficient movement break that you can do to transition in between subjects. Okay, let's go straight into the brainy warm-up with music. Hopefully you remember all the moves. We had our hug and wrap. We had our elbows with strong arms, our elbow hackers. We did our cross crawl balance. Everybody just check your cross crawl. So take your right hand to your left leg and your left hand to the right leg. Let's make sure we're all contralaterally bound. Because this is really super helpful for learning to make sure that both sides of your brain are communicating efficiently with each other. So just even if you do this cross crawl before you start your school or your homework, can really, really help give you a brain boost. And wouldn't you love to be able to do your work like so much easier, like no struggle? I know a little bit of struggle is good for building resilience, but if you could flow through those activities, so this can be one thing. Now I can feel even just from doing this, I'm starting to get thirsty, which means my brain is really activating. So I'm going to take a quick drink of water before we do the next one, which was the full body cross. So you took a reach up with the right hand, you went all the way down, open up those hamstrings, and no complaining, all the way down. All right, so you may bend your knees, but I really want you to get down to your toes. This is a really great measurement of your fitness for life. It's just being able to touch your toes, especially when you guys become teenagers and your bones grow faster than your muscles. It's like, oh, I can't get there. And then you just give up. But what ends up causing is like loads of back pain and stress and headaches. So really, even as your bones are getting longer, you've got to stretch those muscles to keep up with the bones growing faster. Cross step, and remember we're using this, we're going to put together a little sequence today with those foundation steps from yesterday. So cross step was one of them. And then we went into our squat and our stretch, our squat and our stretch, and then into a big scoop into the pose of happiness. Remember to smile. Okay, so that was just a quick lowdown. Again, I did go more in depth into the brainy warm-up in the membership program on patreon.com/Zoe Patterson. So if you want brain boost for your schools, make sure you get a membership there because we're going to be doing lots of training over the summer as well to get everybody up to speed. So we've got programs running at the moment for in school, for movement breaks, for PE, for dance in the PE curriculum, and also then there'll be a summer program for teachers running as well for anybody on the membership site. So do get in touch and get on that. Okay, let's go with our music. Let's see if we're going to play for me today. Here we go. All right, breathe in, smile, breathe out, and breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out, and again, breathe in, and breathe out, one more, breathe. Shake it out. Ready? Place those arms and here we go. Hug and wrap. And 1, 2. Ready? Hold your elbows. All cross lateral moves. Ready, let's balance. Right hand, hold, breathe. Same side. Left hand, breathe. And right to left, left to right, right to left, left, speed it up. Here we go. Remember to smile. Okay, big stretch. Reach it up. Okay, you ready? Fold all the way over. Straight legs if you can. And stretch it up. Straight legs if you can. Here we go. And reach. Touch. Reach. If this is too fast, just slow it down. Okay, cross points. So just crossing one leg over. Maybe slow it down. Ready? Step, cross, step, cross. Add in some arms. So they go. Cross your arms. Cross your legs. Cross your arms. Cross your legs. It up. Here we go. Drop the arms. Ready? Here we go. Squat. Stretch. Squat. Stretch. Speed it up. Slow it down. And stretch. Okay, out to the pose of happiness and big smile. Smile, breathe. And again, scoop. And smile. All right, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okie dokie. Perfect. So that is our brainy warm-up. And again, I do go through that more in detail, how each move is important. But I do that more on the videos to have more time to explain it. Okay, so the brain booster yesterday, does anybody remember the brain booster from yesterday? It was hopscotch. But remember the important part of it was that we jumped out into second, but we jumped into the right foot first, and then we jumped out to second, and then the left foot. So it's the more important thing here is not hopscotch itself, it's the transference of weight equally onto the right and left side. So go out and look in any playground and you'll see those who really enjoy the hopscotch always have a dominant leg. So they're always going on the one leg. But what we want to do in brain brews is get you not dominant on one side, but equally strong on both sides of your brain. Both hemispheres of your brain equally strong, working together. So let's see if we can practice that again. Ready? So we had our 3 stages. We step out to second, step in, lifted up. Step out to second, step left in, lift up. Step out to second, right in and lift. Step out to second, left in and lift. Okay, let's try that. 5, 6, here we go. Step out to second, in and lift. Step out to second, left, in and lift. Step out to second, right, in and lift. Out, out, in and lift. And a great task for teachers here is to have a look around and see if anybody is struggling just to get that pattern and just to slow it down and go through it step by step. Because quite often when we have difficulties in movement, we can have difficulties in an area of learning, and by strengthening up our movement patterns, we're also going to strengthen up our learning. Wow, can you hear that rain? Oh my goodness, I was actually going to do this live outside today. I am so glad that I did not. Okay, so that is our first stage. Second stage was jump out to second step, in and lift. 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 Okay, one more round like that. So you're jumping from 1 foot now to 2 feet. Step in and lift. This is good for building up the strength. Jumping off 1 foot to 2 feet. In and lift. Jump off 1 foot to 2 feet. Step in and lift. Jump off 1 foot to 2 feet. Then step in and lift. Okay, stage 3 was your actual hopscotch. So it went out, right foot out, left foot out, right foot out and left, out, right foot out, left foot out, right foot out, left foot. And of course then you can build up the speed. So if you get out for break time today, it's looking a bit rainy, let's see if you can practice that and practice that with your pals as well. So just building up the speed, but also going right to left. And I always love when people get really into it, so they forget and they just go up on one leg. So that's a really good physical literacy tip. Now remember, physical literacy is movement competence and confidence in your movement to be able to be active for life. So it's not about being active for life just for fitness sake or to keep your figure or to be able to have more energy. It's really to keep your mental faculties in shape as well. So that's super important in my physical literacy program as well. Now the brain warm-up, remember, comes from the simple physical literacy program. So that's always worth checking out, especially if you're looking for a really in-depth movement program for your students. The Simple Physical Literacy Program .com, I think it is, and it has it really amazing, and that's what I trained in as well. A really amazing movement program that really builds up the physical literacy and the learning abilities of your students. Okay, right, so let's get a drink of water, and we're not going to do our brain booster with music today. Instead, we're going to use the time to add a little routine in. So, in our routine, we're going to use our foundation steps that we learned yesterday. So these were the 2-step, 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 and again. Make sure you're doing this with me. 2-step, 2-step. And now look at the height I lift my feet. I always like to think that I'm like stepping over like Legos or something like that. You know, something's going to be on the floor that's going to be sore to step on. So you're stepping over the Legos rather than just dragging your feet along. So pick them up. Okay, the next one we did in the warm-up was your cross step. So we're going to use that in our little combo today. So what I'd love to see is, can I have 4 2-steps and 4 cross steps? So this is again, like once you learn the alphabet, you know that if you put A, N, D together, it makes and. In this case, if we put 4 cross steps and 4 2-steps together, we're learning a sequence. So it's like a sentence. Okay, so off we go, 2 steps and cross steps. 5, 6, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, and 4. Cross it over, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Again, 2 step, and 2, and 3, and 4, and cross it, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so that's just a little unit we're going to do, just a little section of the dance. So let's try it once more. 6, 7, 8. 2 step, 2 step, 2 step, 2 step. Cross step, cross step, cross step, cross step. All right, okay, so remember that. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can always pause that and then go through that for a couple of times. The only other move we're going to do today then is a slide, a join of the feet, and a double brush. So this is just a brush off of the shoulder. So all that happens here is you have a flat hand and brushes off. And you do a style, boom, tap, change, boom, tap, change, boom, tap. So all I'm doing is a little bit of a lean away. And again, I have a playlist on YouTube and on Vimeo called 28 Moves. I think it's called 28 Moves in 28 Days on YouTube. And it just goes through the breakdown of all the 28 moves that I use for the Brain Boost program. And it's really cool for the Dance PE program as well, because then you can use it as a teacher yourself to create, perform, appreciate. So that's all, and those little lessons are also included on the Patreon membership side as well, if you want to get on with that. So try your slide to the right, slide to the right, brush it off, slide to the left. Now this is going to be like super slow. This is like going to be like slow motion machine. It's going to go super slow, really precise. Super slow, really precise. And if you have some dance experience, so say you're doing some lessons like in your hip hop or your modern classes, then you can add in your own little style and flair. Or maybe if you've just been watching some YouTube channels and you've got some like cool little grooves going on, the reason why they're nice and slow is because you can add in your own little bits there. So really, really use that. Don't feel, oh, I know how to do this. A dancer can always find new layers. And if you have trained in dance and you're doing this program, then you can add in, and actually you can help your pals as well. You can really add in some cool little grooves in that, some little variations. So always add more of you to this program as well. Okay, so let's see. At the intro, just do your own thing. And then we're going to go into those slow slides. We're going to do 4 of those slow slides. Then we're going to go into the 2-step and cross-step section twice. And then back to the slow slides. There's a little bit of a pause there before we do it again. So it's a little bit like a marathon. And then there's a pause. Now there's a little bit in the middle, which would be amazing if we had time to do like a wave freestyle. So if you know how to do a wave or you like freestyling, you might stick that in there. Or if you're watching this on the replay, I did do a recent upgraded wave tutorial for the shots and the Gaelic stuff. So it is available on YouTube as well. And of course it's in the membership site on Vimeo. So you can go and check that out. But I'll just show you a little bit of a freestyle before we go back into our 2 steps and cross steps. And then we're going to finish with some super fast slides. So we're going to build up the speed. Okay, so in dance, whatever you can do slow, you can do fast. You just need more practice. So that's the whole point of this, is that we're practicing it slow so that we can then build up the speed. And then you know the neural pathways have been formed. These are the pathways that send all the messages from your brain to your body and around your brain too. Okay, so we're going to go for the marathon because we're nearly out of time. So let's just go through it. I'll talk you through it while we do it. So just dance along with me, and then of course access the replays, and you can practice as many times as you like. Okay, so let's get our song ready. I think it's ready. Oh, it is. Okay, ready? Slide, slide, join, brush, brush, slide, brush, slide, brush, slide. You ready for your 2 steps and cross steps? 2 steps. Cross step. 2 steps. Cross step. Back to slide and slide. Join, brushes, off, slide, join, and slide, join. Slide, join. Now pause. You can add in your own thing here, whatever you want. Ready from the top, here we go. Slide, join, brush. Slide, brush. Ready, two-step, here we go. Two-step, two-step. One-step. Two-step. Cross. Now do two-step again. Cross-step again. Now ready for your slide and slide. Join. Brush. And slide. Slide. And slide. Will we try speeding it up? Ready? Slide. Are you with me? And again. Maybe try to take the brush off. Okay. Now if you can, this will be where you'd add in your wave. Might even do a body wave. One more. Ready, back to two steps. Ready, and two steps. Cross. Ready, see your slide. Join, brush. Slide, join. And slide, join. Slide, will we speed it up? Here we go, and slide. Change the brush. Last, and breathing. Well done, everyone. Breathe out. One more big breath in. And check it out. Amazing! All right, so you can find that song on YouTube or on Spotify. It's called Want Me by Jimmy Hardwind. These are so amazing. I do put these credits in the Vimeo files as well, in the YouTube files. So amazing songs. Thank you very much to get to use those songs. Thank you. And so you can find this and then you can practice it, or even if you find the 28 moves playlist, then you can change out some of the moves if you really want to work on that create, perform, appreciate strand of the dance PE curriculum. Amazing. Okay, we are just at time. Really looking forward to Thursdays, and actually you might even, if you don't have a full schedule for Wednesday, you might even find the video of the wave tutorial, or teachers, you can email me and I can send that to you. So it's just fyidanceclub@gmail.com, and I can send you that. And if you guys want to use Wednesday as your movement break to learn that wave, then maybe we'll come back on Thursday and do the whole routine together with that wave freestyle in it as well. Okay, that might be a nice challenge. Do you know you need to do 15 minutes of new learning every day to keep your brain in shape? Now that's fine for you guys who are learning every day in school, but for us as grown-ups, we need to make sure that we are doing 15 minutes of new learning every day. The latest thing is my son is trying to teach me how to do Minecraft. That is fun. He doesn't let me play at all. He just lets me watch him play it. I'm on to him, I'm on to him. All right, let's cool down to keep all that gorgeous energy ready to sustain us throughout the day. So ready, we breathe in through our nose. Breathe out to your toes. You can bend your knees if you want to. And slowly roll all the way up. Roll your shoulders once and twice. And breathe in again. And breathe out all the way to your toes. Bend your knees and roll all the way up. And shoulders once. twice. Now this time breathe in through your nose. Catch your elbows. Breathe all the way out to your toes. And see if you can stay there for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, getting heavier and heavier. 5, 4, stay there, long, heavy neck. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your hands, bend your knees, roll up as slow as a sloth. Stacking your vertebrae one at a time until you're all the way straight. And breathe in once and twice. Super. Take a step to the side and we say thank you for dancing with me. And we take a step to the side and I say thank you for dancing with me. And then we give each other a big applause for all of our efforts. Okay guys, thank you so much for that. Remember to stick your school into the chat or the descriptions and I'll give you a shout out. I want to especially give a shout out to Rathbone Boys School. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow, weather permitting of course. And also a big shout out to Newtown Mount Kennedy National School and also to Carrisford National School and also to Our Ladies School in Rathbone as well. So love you guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys before the summer term is out. And again, stick it in, I'll give you a shout out as well on Thursday. So guys, see you on Thursday, 11:30 same time, or see you in the replays. Okay.